preschool family and friends. I hope that you are doing well and staying safe. By now you've been able to explore the activities that came in your Lakeshore Learning Box, and we thought it would be fun just to share a couple of tips and ideas on some extensions with those activities or repurposing some of the materials that came to you for different learning ways. So first I'd like to start with some teaching pro tips. Number one is to keep it fun. The more fun that your students and your children will have, the faster they absorb the information, and they just really learn so much through play and fun. Number two, teaching pro tip is to keep it positive. Encourage your children, encourage them to explore and to have fun and to discover new learning. And also another thing is try to model for them. So for example, when students are counting, they are often going to miss numbers, and that's perfectly age appropriate for right now. So you might get 1, 2, 3, 5, 7, 10. Well, all you need to do, instead of saying no, that was wrong, just encourage them and repeat, model the correct way it's supposed to do. And you can put some emphasis on it. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, so something fun like that for them will encourage them to keep trying and keep learning. Number three, teaching pro tip is to introduce the learning that you're going to be doing, model what you would like them to do, whatever the game is or the activity, explore together, and then to allow them to discover. So modeling is a really wonderful way to teach your children. So we'll get started here. I wanted to start with the kindergarten readiness cards, and these have some fantastic learning concepts in them. And so one of the ways that you can make this fun for your child is to take these super concepts and take them off of the cards and put them like in your regular routines, your regular schedules, just anything that you're doing in life, for example. So one of the things too is this is actually a lot for, if you just give all these cards to your students or your children, that is a lot for them, and they might end up all over the house and you may never see some of these again. So what I did was I just took similar learning concepts and I put them together so that they're still fastened. I just used regular ribbon that I had around the house. And so for example, these are opposites. And you can talk about opposites with the cards, introduce them that way, but you can also take, I just have a ball and a bowl, and you can take it and talk about the ball is in the bowl, the ball is out, the ball is in front of me, the ball is behind me, the ball is on top of my head, the ball is beneath my feet. So, just kind of having fun that way. Another one is rhyming. And when you're rhyming, you can take that outside as well. And again, I just have my cards here tied, just a few of them, tied with the ribbon. And you can talk about rhymes. So you can do rhyming songs, rhyming games. When you're taking your daily rocks, you can say what rhymes with rock, and they might say sock. Or if you're in the kitchen cooking, what rhymes with pot, hot. So you can just kind of throughout your day do some of these different concepts in rhyming and counting and number recognition, things like that. And with one-to-one correspondence counting, you got a pop and add to 20 game, which has apples in it, and it's got these baskets, and it's got a plus. Well, remember, some of our students right now may not get the concept of addition. That's a little bit higher learning for them, but that is okay. You definitely start introducing the math language. And so, for example, if I were to have 3 apples here and 2 apples here, I could say, we've got 3 and 2. Let's count them. So you'd say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I've got 5 altogether. So I have 3 and 2 is 5, or 3 plus 2 equals 5. So that's just a nice way to introduce some of that math, the math concepts of addition. But definitely use the apples for one-to-one correspondence counting, 1 to 10, 1 to 20. And again, if they miss a few numbers, that is absolutely okay. It's just through practice and repetition that they're going to learn. Another thing is you got the launch and learn, and this is really a fun game. It's kind of fun there. And you're doing matching. But another thing I thought you could do is you can take whatever letter comes out. So I have an A, and I'm going to go on a scavenger hunt. Let's take a look around our house and see everything that starts with a, like apple. Apple starts with A, and so you can go through and do some fun scavenger hunts that way. Another thing is, like this one is the letter B, and so what I did is I just found some catalogs that came in the mail, and I cut out things that started with the letter B. So you've got B for bed, B for blue, B for bird, some fun things like that. And they can glue it on, they can tape it on, whatever is easiest for you. And then you can take a yellow highlighter, write the letter B there, and then have them practice writing the letter B. Another thing that is fun with the launching game is to take, I've got the letter H here, and kids really learn their letters best when it has meaning for them. That's why we always start with the first letter of their name. So I've got H for Miss Heather. And so what I did is I just wrote a big H on the paper, and then I glued some pasta and beans. That's one of our favorite activities to do, and the kids really enjoy it. Just be careful of chokables if you've got younger ones, but that is a lot of fun for them. And you could do N for mom, D for dad, G for grandma. You can do siblings' names, and then you can continue the letters in their names and have them learn that. Another one is you could do a matching game. So I've got two H's here. You can also, in your kits, you had, it's the sight words, sorry about that. And so it has these great little bags in here. These bags, we love using bags. You can put anything in a bag, have them pull it out, and it is just a blast. So again, I used one of the letters from the launching game, and you can go on your scavenger hunt. You can also use, if your kiddos aren't getting the concept of the sight words, maybe they could just pull one out and see if they recognize the first letter of the word there. So like this is his, and I recognize the letter H. So that would be a great thing. You can also take the apples from your counting game, put them in here, and that's just a fun way to pull out the apples. So you can do a lot of discovery through the little bags there. Another thing that came is in your kits are the magnetic learning rods, and you're learning shapes with these. And I thought it would be fun if you wanted to take these and extend them out. Again, you could find everything in your house that starts with, of shapes. So let's find everything that's circle, or let's find everything that's a square. You can also do the same thing, and only they would cut out or draw or make shapes on their paper. But another thing you could do is make your patterns. So start off with simple A-B patterns. So I've got the circle, and I also pulled out the squares. And you can make your patterns with circle, square, square. And then once they master that concept of a simple 1-2 kind of pattern, so circle, square, then you can change it and make it into an ABB pattern. So you could do circle, square, square, circle, square, square, and you can keep going that way. You can also use toys for patterns as well, and that's really great. So if you have a car and a dinosaur, dinosaur, you can do patterns through art. So they're going to do paint a yellow circle, paint a blue circle, yellow circle, blue circle, and then you can bring your science in together, and if you mix those colors together, you get green. So just a lot of fun ways that you can change up some of the learning concepts that you guys are working on. So I hope that this video was helpful to you, and I wish you the very best. And for now, hopefully we'll see you guys soon, but for now, stay safe, stay healthy, and please let us know if you have any questions, if you have anything that we can do for you. Please get a hold of any of us at any time. Take care, you guys.